Hey yo, what is good, guys? Welcome back to another video. Welcome back to NextGen Wealth Tips. We're gonna be making this video short, quick, and sweet. So the market is dropping a decent amount, but with that being said, we got some good news and we got some bad news. So first off, let's start off with Tesla. So basically, the target price for Tesla is averaged to be around 296, which is okay because people are still slowly raising their prices and stuff like that. And also, their goal is 515,000. Why is this a big goal? Is because if it doesn't hit this goal right here of how many vehicles they are selling, they're going to basically the stock price is going to drop. But people are actually seeing that it is actually going to be realistically around 510,000 units. So if it can be above 510 or 515, we're going to be seeing a decent spike in Tesla. And if it's below any of these numbers, it's going to be below. So keep that on your mind. And also, they delivered 462,000 in the third quarter. So we got to see. So let's hope that this they actually deliver what they're saying and the price can go up finally. With that being said, NVIDIA has completed a $700 million, basically a strategic purchase to basically optimize their chip performance and efficiency. Another thing is a stock that I want to talk about later on. Basically, just ended their $50 million loan, but this has actually made the shares fall by 5%, and it basically made their shares fall by 5%. Another thing that I've been looking at a lot is MicroStrategy. Basically, they purchased a bunch of Bitcoin, basically almost $209 million of Bitcoin. But with that being said, they are reducing the amount of Bitcoin they are buying weekly. I mean, this is a big thing too because Bitcoin is actually not really breaking that $94,000 level. So this is kind of a good idea, but at the same time, this stock is kind of just moving only because of Bitcoin. We're gonna be looking at it a little bit later. We actually broke below that 300 level, as you can see, after hours 295, which is kind of insane. Another thing is another stock that I've been looking at personally, and Google has been at a good buy level recently. In the competition of the AI market, the stock has risen so much late in the year. And aside from Tesla, they're actually outshining the rest of the Magnificent Seven. And it has raised more than 14% this month, which is kind of insane. This is a good stock to look at still to this day. Yeah. Another thing is oil. People are talking about oil a lot. People are scared because of Trump's tariffs. Basically, oil is basically a trade. So with this being said, it might make oil a little bit more expensive, and or it might make it harder to trade because people might not agree with the tariffs that people are putting on the trade. So we got to really see how oil really looks at after this. But just keep your eye on this. And we also have a person that invested $1 billion in 2024 to supercharge oil bets. So keep that in your mind. But with that being said, just wanted to rush through it. Let's look at the heat map real quick. It's pretty red right now. I'm not even gonna lie. If you go to the weekly chart, it also basically looks pretty red right now for the overall. But with that being said, Nvidia today has indeed outshined. But let's start off with we did indeed see a good climb today. It did break that bearish trend that I had earlier. It broke past it, but then we did have a big fall as a lot of stocks fell last second. So we got to see where we're really going with this stock. We're back down below 590. It did hold the 590 earlier today, which was pretty cool, but then it kind of broke it last second. So I think tomorrow we're looking at probably 580.86 and probably 585. And if it breaks below that 585, we're probably looking at 584, 583. But going back up, we're going to be looking at that key level of 590. If it breaks above that 590 level, we can see 591. And hopefully we can see all the way up to the 595 level that we've seen in the pre-market. Just keep your eyes peeled for that one. Tesla, honestly, has a big bearish trend right now. And we're hoping that it breaks it tomorrow, but we got to see. To the downside, we're looking at 410 and then 405. And then below that, we're probably going to see if it breaks below that 400 level. If it breaks below that 400 level, I'm thinking 390 is going to be the ground, but keep your eyes peeled. Be patient with trading this. But if it gets below 400, I recommend getting some long-term calls because there's still going to be some good news. We're just in a bearish trend right now, but I think buying it down there is a pretty good, smart idea for a long-term call option or just holding it overall. With that being said, if we do go up, we're looking at the 415 level, and then 416, and then 420 is going to be a key level. If it breaks that 420 level, we're going to be seeing 425, and then even hopefully we can see 430 once again, and then maybe 440. But 440 is kind of asking for a lot. I'm not even going to lie right now with this bearish trend, but if it breaks that bearish trend, we can see it going up a lot more. Nvidia did indeed break a bearish trend that I had previously. With that being said, we did have that big drop that we seen in the SPY with Nvidia, but the thing is, we did hit all the way to the 140 levels, and we might be able to see it tomorrow also if we still see this bullish momentum. With that being said, let's look at the 138 level, 139, especially the 139 level. Hopefully, it breaks here at 139. We can see 140 and maybe 141, 142 with the video. But going to the downside, we're gonna be looking at 135 as a key level, and then or 136 mainly, and then 135, and then might be able to see it at 130, but 130 is kind of asking for a lot. So I think the ground point tomorrow might be the 134 level, and then see if it breaks below that. If not, you can maybe get into a long-term play call or just buying shares. So Google, we were talking about Google earlier. It is moving pretty good, but it's not really. But it did break above this level right here, so we didn't breach a lower high, which is good. So it's still looking pretty bullish. So for Google, I'm looking at the 190 level to the 191, 192. It doesn't really move that fast, but maybe 193 tomorrow. If it breaks above that, we could probably see bullish for the rest of the week. If not to the downside, I'll look at the 190 level and look at where it broke at before 188 or 189, and then below that, we're kind of going pretty far. So maybe 188, honestly, and that might be the ground point for tomorrow if we do get down that far. Apple did pretty good, but then we had a big drop last trading day and today. But it kind of rebounded a little bit, so we might see a decent rebound tomorrow, or see it keep going down. Two more things I want to talk about is one, Bitcoin. Bitcoin did have a decent drop, but then it came back up, which was pretty cool. I kind of seen it as bullish for a second, and then we had a big drop. But then at the same time, it's kind of coming back a little bit, but I'm not really gonna look at it like that. I mean, we didn't really get reach below this level, so it's still pretty bullish. But we might see 1 or 94 once again tomorrow. Might break the 19 or 95, but I'm not really sure. But one I want to look at is MSTR. We are getting decent drops, decent bearish momentum. We might even see it break that 290 level tomorrow, and maybe even break below that even more, maybe to the 280 to 270. But with that being said, to the upside, see if it breaks that 300 level. 300 is going to be a big level. So if it breaks above that 300, we can probably see 305 to 310, and then probably even back to the 315 and maybe break that 320 level. But we kind of got to see it moves with Bitcoin. That's like the only thing that's really carrying it right now. So yeah, so just be very careful investing tomorrow. Hopefully y'all have a good day investing. Smash that like button, subscribe. Let me know what y'all want me to check out, and have a great day trading. Peace out, guys.